Welcome everyone to Affairs Cloud. How are you all? My name is Vikas. Today we'll be looking at the important current affairs of the fourth week of the January month. But before that, you should know that we have an app by the name Carriers Cloud where we provide you with the date-wise PDFs, weekly PDF, weekly test, monthly PDF, and the content provided in those PDFs are up to the mark. Okay, so if you want to go and purchase the PDF in the app, you should download the Carriers Cloud app and you can use the code Vikas10 Vikas10 to get a straight 10% discount on the courses or on the purchase you made. So let's start with our video of the day. Before that, please have a pen along with you and a paper so that you can note down these questions, and these are the important questions that we will be discussing today. So let's start with the video. The first question is, where was India's largest multi-modal logistic park planned to be set up in partnership with Adani Ports and Special Economic Zones Limited? So the question is saying, where is the India's first largest multi-modal logistic park planned to be set up? Where it is being planned to be set up? The India's first multi-modal logistic park is planned to be set up at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. It is planned to be set up at Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Okay, who is the CM of Ahmedabad, Gujarat? He is Vijay Rupani. Vijay Rupani is the Chief Minister of Gujarat. Then recently in West Bengal we saw in West Bengal, Kolkata, Sanskrit Mahotsav will be celebrated. Sanskrit Mahotsav. Okay. Then in Punjab we know Punjab recently launched DigiNest. Okay, DigiNest. So first multi-modal logistic park will be built in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Next question. Next question is, which is the first Indian state to establish a dedicated migration cell to address the issues of the migrant workers who come from different states? I repeat, which is the first Indian state to establish a dedicated migration cell to address the issues of the migrant workers who come from different states? Who will be making India's first cell for migrant workers? It will be made in Goa. Okay, it will be made in Goa. Very good. Then, what is the capital of Meghalaya? It is Shillong. One thing. What is the motto of the state of Meghalaya? It is Satyamev Jayate. Satyamev Jayate. Must know. Okay. Then, it is also known as Truth Alone Triumph. Okay. Very good. And Gujarat, you know, CM is Vijay Rupani. Next question. Which organization will be benefited through the revised regulatory framework announced by RBI in a discussion paper released in January 2021? I repeat, which organization will be benefited through the revised regulatory framework announced by RBI in a discussion paper released in January 2021? Which organization will be benefited? It will be NBFCs. What are NBFCs? Non-banking financial company. NBFCs are non-banking financial companies. Okay. NBFCs will be in this proposal or this framework released. In this, 4 layers will be made of NBFCs. You should know. The first layer will be the base layer, the middle layer, the upper layer, and the top layer. These are the 4 layers to be built. Okay. Next question. Next question is, which payment bank recently launched a Safe Pay? Which bank recently released Safe Pay security feature to its customers to make secure digital transactions? To make secure digital transactions, which bank recently launched Safe Pay? It was launched by Airtel Payment Bank. It was launched by Airtel Payments Bank. It can all be said Airtel Safe Pay. Okay, it is a payment method through UPI. It is Safe Pay is a payment method through UPI, and the full form of UPI is Unified Payments Bank. UPI is Unified Payments Index. Okay, it is free of cost. There will be no charge in transferring money from one account to another account. You should know that UPI. Okay, next question. So next question is, which was named as the world's largest derivatives exchange by Future Industries Association, which was named as the world's largest derivatives exchange by Future Industries Association in January 2021. Which derivative was named as the largest derivative exchange? It was National Stock Exchange of India, that is NSE. We have two stock exchanges, that is BSE and NSE. NSE is National Stock Exchange, BSE is Bharat Stock Exchange. NSE was developed in 1992, BSE was developed in 1875. Both of them have their headquarters in Mumbai. Okay, then New York Stock Exchange, it is the largest stock exchange in the world. New York Stock Exchange is the largest stock exchange in the world. Then you should also know related terms like Sensex. What is Sensex? Sensex comprises of the 30 largest companies. It is comprises of the 30 largest and the most actively traded stocks on BSE. On BSE. So if someone asks, okay, 30 just remember it as the Sensex is comprises of the 30 largest most actively traded companies. Okay, then very good. What is WFE? WFE is the World Federation Exchange. WFE is the World Federation Exchange and it ranked NSE. WFE ranked NSE, that is National Stock Exchange, in the fourth position in terms of cash inquiries. Okay, fourth position in terms of cash equities. Very good. So the largest derivative is National Stock Exchange. Next question. What was the theme of 15th India Digital Summit, virtually organized by Internet and Mobile Association of India in January 2021? What was the theme of the 15th India Digital Summit, virtually organized by Internet and Mobile Association of India in January 2021? What was the theme? The theme was Atmanirbhar Bharat, start of a new decade. Atmanirbhar Bharat, start of a new decade. Must remember this. You should also remember the full form of AIMAI. It stands for Internet and Mobile Association of India. Okay. Then you should remember during this virtual summit, India Digital Summit 2021, and it was the 50th summit, you should remember the 11th India Digital Awards were given. 11th India Digital Awards were given during this summit, and Digital Person of the Year is Sanjeev Bikhchandani. Sanjeev Bikhchandani. And Digital Startup of the Year goes to Khatta Book. Digital Startup of the Year goes to Khatta Book. Okay. Moving to next question. So next question is, when was the first Prakram Divas celebrated? When was the first Prakram Divas celebrated? First Prakram Divas was celebrated for the first time in 23rd January 2021. Okay, 23rd January 2021, on this day, Prakram Divas was celebrated for the first time in the memory of Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, Subhash Chandra Bose, in the memory of Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay, you should remember also some important questions related to Subhash Chandra Bose, such as he said Jai Hind. Jai Hind was said by him. He also said Dilli Chalo. Dilli Chalo. And a famous slogan was तुम मुझे खून दो, तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आज़ादी दूंगा. Okay. Then this Prakram Divas was celebrated where? It was celebrated at Victoria Memorial Hall. Victoria Memorial Hall. Okay. Then it was the 125th anniversary of Subhash Chandra Bose. So he said Jai Hind, Dilli Chalo, तुम मुझे खून दो, मैं तुम्हें आज़ादी दूंगा. Also he started Forward Bloc. When did Forward Bloc started? It was started in 1938. Okay, and in 1943 he started Azad Hind Fauj. Azad Hind Fauj. And when it was started in Singapore. It was started in Singapore. So many questions related to Subhash Chandra Bose, all are important. So this is the reason I tell you, no, to keep a pen and paper along with you. See, so many questions, so you can't remember all of them. To In order to revise them again, you should keep the pen paper with you. So first Parakram Divas was celebrated on 23rd of January. Very good. Next question. Recently, in January, Home Minister Amit Shah launched Dash scheme to providing full benefits of ABPMJ to the personal and dependents of the armed wing. What is PMJ? What stands for ABPMJ? ABPMJ means Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. I repeat, PMJ stands for Pradhan Mantri Ayushman Bharat Jan Arogya Yojana. Okay, so what this benefits of this program was launched for whom? Who will be benefiting from this scheme? It was the CAPF, that is Ayushman CAPF, or the CAPF stands for, you should know what is CAPF. CAPF is Central Armed Police Force. Central Armed Police Force. NSG. NSG is National Security Guard. Okay. BSF is Border Security Force, and ITBF is Indian Tibetan Border Police. Okay. Then this ABPMJ was launched for whom? It was launched from Ayushman CAPF. Ayushman CAPF, that Central Armed Police Force. Okay. Very good. So moving to next question. Where was the 51st International Film Festival of India held? 51st Film Festival of India was held at Goa. Okay, Goa Panji. Must know. And in Goa Panji, it was held where? It was held at Dr. Shama Prasad Mukherjee Stadium. Shama Prasad Mukherjee Indoor Stadium. Alright. Then, first time hybrid format of IFFI was held in India and Asia. First hybrid format of this festival was held for the first time in Asia or in India. Must know. Okay. So the answer is Goa. And if we talk about Goa, first convergence project was held in Goa. First convergence project was held in Goa. First convergence project. Okay, what is the convergence project? This project aims at producing energy from agricultural products. Energy from agricultural products. Agricultural products. Okay. Then Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat scheme was also launched here. Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Next question. Next question says, which city was named as the world's fastest growing mature tech ecosystem as per the data analyst company Dealroom in January 2021? I repeat, which city was named as the world's fastest growing mature tech ecosystem as per the data analyst company Dealroom in January 2021? The name of the city was Bangalore. Bangalore is the world's fastest growing mature tech ecosystem as per the data analyst company Dealroom. Okay, it is also known as the tech city of India. Okay, Silicon Valley of India is Bangalore only. Alright, next question. Next question is, which film won the Golden Peacock Award in the first 51st IFFI Awards? Golden Peacock in 51st IFFI Awards. We saw just this. It was held where it was celebrated? Goa. It was the 51st. And which film won it? It was won by Into the Darkness. Into the Darkness won the 51st IFFI Golden Peacock Awards. Okay. Into the Darkness, as we know, here the films from all over the world are taken into consideration. So the Into the Darkness film was from Denmark. It was from Denmark and it was directed by Anders Refn. Okay, it was made by Anders Refn. Okay, next question. Next question is, what was the average life expectancy of a dam as per the UN University INWHS report aging water shortage infrastructure, and emerging global risk. I repeat, there was a report by UN University INWHS that aging water storage infrastructure and emerging global risk, according to which what was the average life expectancy of a dam. What is the average life expectancy of a dam? It is 50 years. Okay, according to UN University, the average life of a dam is 50 years. Okay, moving to next question. Which country participated with Indian Air Force IAF in the first bilateral exercise by the name Desert Night 21? 21 here stands for it was held in 2021. Okay, so what was the name of the country that held exercise with India by the name Desert Night 2021? What was the name of the country? What was the name of the country that held Desert Night? Desert Night was held by India and France. Very good. It was held by India and France at Jodhpur. Okay. Also, India along France held three more exercises by the name Varuna, Garuda, and Shakti. Okay, Varuna is for Navy, Garuda is for Air Force, and Shakti is for Army. Alright, then we should know Navy Day is celebrated on 4th of December, Air Force Day is celebrated on 8th of October, and Army Day is celebrated on 5th of January. Alright, then you should know the Chief of Navy. The Chief of Navy, who is the Chief Staff of Navy? He is Karambir Singh. Okay, then who is the Chief of Air Force? He is R.K. Singh Bhaduria. Of Air Force, it is R.K. Rakesh Kumar Singh Bhaduria. Alright, and of Army, if we talk about, he is Mukund Narwane. If I ask you about CDS, who is the CDS? Bipin Rawat. Bipin Rawat. Okay, moving to next question. One thing or you should remember that India and Russia also celebrates not celebrate, they conduct an exercise by the name Indra. Okay, Indra. Next, where was the Joint Tri-Services Amphibious Military Exercise MFEX conducted by Indian Navy? MFEX was a tri-service amphibious military exercise conducted by Indian Navy. Where was it held? Or who conducted it, or where was it held? It was held in Andaman Nicobar. It was held in Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, if it was held in Andaman and Nicobar, you should know MFEX. Okay, it was held in Indian Navy. It was held in Andaman and Nicobar by Indian Navy. Okay, and if I ask you about Andaman and Nicobar are Andaman and Nicobar are separated by a channel. What is the name of the channel? Tell me the name of the channel. The name of the channel is 10-degree channel, you can say. 10-degree channel. Okay, then what is the highest peak of Andaman and Nicobar? Highest peak is Saddle Peak. Okay, then a defense exercise was also held by the name Kavach. Okay, a Kavach by the exercise was also held by the name Kavach in Andaman and Nicobar. Alright, also you should remember then one more exercise, Samudra Shakti. It is between India and Indonesia. Okay, and Malabar, it is held between 4, and it is one of the most important exercise that can be asked in paper. Okay, it is between India, Australia, Japan, and USA. Okay, these are the 4 countries taking part in Malabar. Next question. Who became the first female fighter jet pilot to be a part of Indian Air Force tableaux in Republic Day Parade? Which was the first female fighter to be a part of Indian Air Force debut in a Republic Day parade. What was the name of the first female? It was Bhavna Kant. It was Bhavna Kant. Very good. Next question. Which country's tri-service force contingent participated in India's 72 Republic Day parade? I repeat, which country's tri-service force contingent participated in India's 72 Republic Day parade? Which was the name? What was the name of the country? It was Bangladesh. Bangladesh Tri-Service Force contingent participated in India's 72 Republic Day parade. No chief guest was called during this Republic Day parade. You should know one thing. Okay. With India and Bangladesh, we have an exercise by the name Sampriti. Okay. India and Sri Lanka held Slinex. Okay. India and Sri Lanka has Slinex. Recently with Bhutan, you should also remember India and Bhutan together had an MOU that they will work together on space. Okay, means space exploration or for mapping the data, collecting satellite data so that they can map the area of their boundaries and around the boundaries and for security purpose also. All right, then what is the capital of Bhutan? It is Thimphu. Thimphu. Okay, next question. In January 2021, United Nations General Assembly UNGA adopted as resolution to dash. If we are talking about United Nations General Assembly, one of the important current affairs regarding UNGA is that recently Iran lost his voting right. Iran lost voting right at UNGA. At UNGA. Okay, United Nations General Assembly at Iran lost its voting right at UNGA. All right, very good. So in January 2021, United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution to dash. What was the name of the resolution or what was the resolution? Come on, tell me what was the resolution. It was safeguard religious sites. It was to safeguard religious sites. Okay, then if we are talking about UNGA, you should also know about United Nations. It was formed in 1945. Okay, and this headquarter is at San Francisco. Okay, then who is the Secretary General? It is the Antonio Guterres. All right, very good. Next question. Which company was India's biggest overseas investor as per RBI's data as of January 2021? Which company was India's biggest overseas investor? Which company was India's biggest overseas investor as per RBI's data of 2021? So what was the name of the company? The name of the company was ONGC Videsh Limited. ONGC Videsh Limited. Okay. Then next question. Next question is, which insurance company launched the Krishi Sakha app? Which insurance company launched Krishi Sakha app? Krishi Sakha app that provides farming related information. Which insurance company launched the Krishi Sakha app that provides farming related information? What was the name of the insurance company? The name of the insurance company was Bharti AXA General Insurance. Bharti AXA General Insurance. Okay, this Krishi Sakha app will help the farmers to purchase the or one-stop store. It can be a one-shop store for the farmers where they can go and on this app they can go and purchase all the needed equipments or fertilizers or seeds or the daily requirement items from this app for farming. Okay, so it was Bharti AXA General Insurance that launched Krishi Sakha app for the benefits of farmers. Next question. Who was the only foreigner to receive Padma Vibhushan Award in 2021? Who was the only person to receive Padma Vibhushan Award in 2021? He was Shinzo Abe. He was Shinzo Abe and he is the former PM of Japan. He is the former PM of Japan. He received the prize in the field of public affairs. Public affairs, you must also know this. Okay, then in the field of medicine, this was given to, in the field of medicine it was given to Dr. Bell. Padma Vibhushan in the field of medicine to Dr. Bell, and in the field of archaeology, it was given to BB Lal. And in the field of public affairs, it was Shinzo Abe, who is the former PM of Japan. Then if we are talking about awards, then you should also know highest gallantry award. Highest gallantry award. What is the highest gallantry award? It is the Paramveer Chakra. Paramveer Chakra. And second highest is Mahavir Chakra. Mahavir Chakra. Then highest civilian award is Bharat Ratna. Bharat Ratna. It is the highest civilian award. Highest gallantry award is Paramveer Chakra, and second highest is Mahavir Chakra. Okay, next question. Indian government is set to produce 21 MiG-29 fighter jets and 12 Sukhoi aircraft to enhance the defense capability of Indian Air Force. From which country designs and manufactures the advanced fighter jets MiG-29 and Sukhoi 30 MKI will be purchased? I repeat, Indian government is set to produce 21 MiG-29 fighter jets and 12 Sukhois to enhance the defense capability of Indian Air Force. Which countries design and manufactures advanced fighter jets Mi-20 and Sukhoi? From which is the design and the manufacturer of the fighter jets Mi-29, MiG-29 and Sukhoi 30? So which is the country that produces MiG-29 and Sukhoi 30? Come on, tell me. Comment below. Fast comment. It is Russia. Russia produces MiG-29 and Sukhoi 30. Alright, next question. What is India's FDI rate for 2020 as per the UN Conference on Trade and Development 38 Global Investment Trades Monitor? What is the India's FDI, that is foreign direct investment rate, for 2020 as per UN Conference on Trade and Development's 38th Global Investment Trade Monitor? What was the percent? It was increased by 13%. It was the FDI of India was increased by 13%. Next question. Which country pledged US a 150,000 towards United Nations Peace Building Fund for 2021 in January 2021? I repeat, which country pledged USD 150,000 towards United Nations Peace Building Fund for 2021? What was the company? Oh, what was the name of the country? The name of the country is India. India gave about 1,50,000 US dollars towards United Nations Peace Building Fund. Okay. Next question. Next question is, what was India's projected growth rate for 2021 as per UNDESA's World Economic Situation and Prospects 2021? I repeat, what was India's projected growth rate for 2021 as per UNDESA's World Economic Situation and Prospects? What was the projected growth rate for India? It was how much? What was the percentage? It was 7.3%. It was 7.3%. Okay, moving to next question. Next question. Recently, India's Ministry of Textiles signed an MOU with Quality Evaluation Center. With which country will India import Indian textile products as a result of this MOU? I repeat, Indian Ministry just signed an MOU with a country, with Quality Evaluation Center of that country, that which then the name of the country is being asked in that question. Like, which country will import Indian textile products as a result of that MOU? So what is the name of the country? It is Japan. It is Japan. You should also know that India will now export, or India will send the skilled laborers, will send skilled laborers to Japan for employment. Okay, there is another MOU between India and Japan, that India will send skilled laborers to Japan for employment. Okay, next question. Who recently in January 2021 got appointed as the managing director of SBI? Who recently got appointed as the MD of State Bank of India? Who was it? There were two persons, Janakiran, Swaminathan Janakirman and Ashwini Kumar Tiwari. I repeat, Swaminathan Janakirman and Ashwini Kumar Tiwari. So the option will be only 1 and 2. Okay, next question. What is India's rank among the worst hit countries due to extreme weather events as per 16th edition of Global Climate Risk Index? It is asking that what is India's rank among the worst hit countries due to extreme weather events as per 16th edition of Global Climate Risk Index. Directly this question is asking what is the rank of India in Global Climate Risk Index. What is the rank of India in Global Climate Risk Index? It is 7th. Okay, it is 7th. Then if I ask you global talent competitive index, global talent competitive index, what is the rank of India here? It is 72. Okay, then ease of doing business, ease of doing business, what is the rank of India in ease of doing business? It is 63. All right, also you should know that World Economic Outlook report is released by whom? IMF. What is IMF? International Monetary Fund. And this report, World Economic Outlook report, is released by IMF, and IMF's headquarter is in Washington DC. Okay, Washington DC. Very good. Next question. Next question is, which was not one among the measures mentioned in the Marine Mega Fauna Trending Guidelines released by MOE FCC in January 2021. I repeat, which was not one among the measures mentioned in the Marine Mega Fauna Trending Guidelines released by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. What was the guidelines not mentioned? It was what? Tell me, comment below, what is the guideline that was not mentioned was increasing fish production. This guideline was not mentioned. Okay, which were mentioned: boost scientific research, rebuilding of degraded habitats of marine mammals, reduce trending of marine turtles. So these three were mentioned in the guidelines released by Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. Okay, next question. Next question is, which was not among the four popular climate policies listed by the respondents of the UNDP's People Climate Report released on January 2021. I repeat, which was not among the four popular climate policies listed by the respondents of the UNDP's People Climate Report released on January 2021. What is UNDP? It is United Nations Development Program. UNDP is your United Nations Development Program. Okay, so what was not among the four popular climate policies? The popular was not industrial waste management. Industrial waste management is the answer. All right, next question. Which organization released the framework statement on the development and regulatory policies? I repeat, which organization released the framework statement on development and regulatory policies? Which was it? It was RBI. It was RBI. Then you should know RBI. When was it formed? RBI was formed in 1935. Where was it formed? Kolkata. It was formed in Kolkata. And where is the headquarter of RBI now? It is in Mumbai. It was formed in Kolkata and the headquarter is in Mumbai. When was it nationalized? It was nationalized in 1949. Okay, must know. It was nationalized in 1949. Then BSE and NSE, they both have headquarters in Mumbai. BSE was formed in, that is Bombay Stock of Bombay Stock Exchange. It was formed in 1875 and NSE was founded in 1992. Both have headquarters in Mumbai. If I ask you about Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, that is IRDA, it was formed in 1999 and its headquarter is in Hyderabad. Its headquarter is in Hyderabad. Okay, along with this, you should know CB. If we have discussed all, then you should also know SEBI. What is SEBI? Security Exchange Board of India. Okay, when was it SEBI formed? SEBI was formed in 1992. SEBI was formed in 1992, and its headquarters is also where? Its headquarters is in Mumbai. Very good. Next question. Which bank recently partnered with CSC E-Governance Services India Limited to launch EMI service that allows business correspondents to collect EMIs at CSCs across India? I repeat, which bank recently partnered with CSC E-Governance Services India Limited to launch EMI services that allows business correspondents to collect EMIs at CSCs across India? So, what was the name of the bank? It was HDFC Bank. It was HDFC Bank. Next question. Who recently got appointed as the MD and CEO of Dhanlaxmi Bank? MD is Managing Director and CEO is Chief Executing Operation. Okay. Then Chief Executing Officer. CEO is Chief Executing Officer. So, who got appointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executing Officer of Dhanlaxmi Bank? Who was he? What is the name of the person? The name of the person is J.K. Shivan. The name of the person is J.K. Shivan. Alright, next question. What was India's rank in the 2020 Corruption Perception Index CPI released by the Transparency International? I repeat, what was the India's rank in 2020 Corruption Perception Index released by the Transparency International? So, in this question only you should remember that the Corruption Perception Index is released by whom? Transparency International. Important one. If someone asks you who releases the report or who releases the rank on the corruption in countries, it is released by Transparency International. Okay, and what is the rank of India? The rank of India is 86th. The rank of India is 86th. Who stand at first position? It was Denmark. It was Denmark. And who stand at the last, that is 179th position? It is South Sudan. Okay, it was South Sudan. Next question. Who co-authored the biography Sumitra Chatterjee, A Life in Cinema, Theatre, Poetry and Painting? I repeat, who co-authored? The co-authored means two person, like who wrote it together with Arjun Sengupta, along with Arjun Sengupta, who co-authored the biography Soumitra Chatterjee, A Life Cinema, Theatre, Poetry and Painting. Who was it? Name of the person. It was Parth Mukherjee. It was Parth Mukherjee. Parth Mukherjee along with Arjun Sengupta wrote or co-authored Sumitra Chatterjee, A Life in Cinema, Theatre, Poetry and Painting. This book was written by Arjun Sengupta and Parth Mukherjee. Alright, next question. So next question is, what will be the total financial assistance provided by the World Bank for STARS project? I repeat, what will be the total financial assistance provided by the World Bank for STARS project? What is STARS project? STARS project is strengthening teacher learning and results for states. Strengthening teacher learning and results for states is your STARS project. And how much amount will be given by World Bank? It will be 500 million US dollar. 500 million US dollar. Okay, next question. Next question is, what was the theme of 51st edition of 2021 World Economic Forum annual meeting, the Davos Agenda 2021? What was the theme of the 51st edition of WEF annual meeting, the Davos Agenda 2021? What was the theme? What was the theme? The theme was a crucial year to rebuild trust. The theme of WEF's, that is World Economic Forum's 51st edition of 2021 meeting was a crucial year to rebuild trust. Next question. Which bank partnered with StashFin? Which bank partnered with StashFin to launch a co-branded prepaid card? A co-branded prepaid card that enables customer to take overdraft loans of up to 5 lakh rupees. I repeat, Which bank partnered with Stashfin to launch a co-branded prepaid card to enable customers to take overdraft loans of up to 5 lakh rupees? What was the name of the bank? It was SBM Bank. SBM Bank. Okay, next question. What was the India's rank in Asia Pacific Personalized Health Index? I repeat, what was India's rank in Asia Pacific's Personalized Health Index 2020 report? The rank of India was 10th. The rank of India was 10th. Next question. When was the World Neglected Tropical Disease National Day observed? World Neglected Tropical Disease Day observed annually. I repeat, World Neglected Tropical Day Disease observed naturally. When was it observed annually? World Neglected Tropical Disease. As you know, now ice is melting. Okay, the polar ice in Antarctica, the all the glaciers are melting, so all the viruses and the bacterias or the previously known or previously unknown disease and all the viruses that were frozen in the ice are now being escaped. Okay, so all the methane, all the carbon dioxide that was previously trapped in the glaciers are now being exposed to the atmosphere. So when was the tropical disease day annually observed? It was observed on 30th of January. It was observed on 30th January. Okay, next question. This is the last question for the day. I hope you like the session. So let's carry on with the question. World Economic Forum launched the first of its kind platform, Edison Alliance, to reduce digital inequalities. What does Edison stands for? I repeat, World Economic Forum launched first of its kind platform, Edison Alliance, to reduce digital inequalities. What does the Edison stands for? It is asking the full form of Edison. What is the full form of Edison? Okay, the full form of Edison is Essential Digital Infrastructure and Services Network. I repeat, Edison is essential digital infrastructure and services network. Okay, so this was the session. I hope you liked it all, and these are all the important questions. Do revise them again and again. If you want to score good in the current affairs section, you must take the notes of these questions and you must revise them on daily or at least weekly basis. Okay, so that's all for the day. I hope you like the session. Vikas signing off.